Welcome to the Worst of the Riot podcast. Coming up, why Amazon adding ads means they might have to pay you.
Also, is a good credit score the best way to get a date? And more on the Worst of the Riot podcast.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot, Radio U.
Happy Valentine's Day. You feel that? The love in the air. You can also still enter today, our last day, for the Valentine's Day Radio U merch giveaway. Text the word love to 8772 Radio U for your chance to win. You can find out more at radiou.com/contest. Happy Valentine's Day, Isaiah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I see you didn't get me anything.
You don't get a gift from me on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you don't love me at all.
That would be a weird thing to do.
Yeah, that would be a little weird. I have a theory I'm testing out. See if you can go with this. Today, Valentine's Day, I'm considering it, starting now, the first day of spring.
Is that like the factual first day of spring?
No, like meteorologically, I think it's in it might not be till April, for all I know. But to me, I'm declaring this. And every year from now on, Valentine's Day marks first day of spring.
It seems a bit early.
Does it?
I mean, it's still freezing cold outside.
That is,
The weather is not on your side here.
you can't go based off of the weather. You're from Ohio. It can be 70 degrees in January and snow in April. You can't judge the seasons based off solely the weather. So you have to go by feel. You have to go by vibe. And I think Valentine's Day is a springtime holiday vibe. Who thinks of Valentine's Day as a winter holiday?
I think everyone does.
It doesn't go hand in hand with winter. Valentine's Day, you think spring, you think new life, new beginnings. Valentine's Day, how many new relationships start up on Valentine's Day, right around Valentine's Day? This is the beginning. What do you have a lot on Valentine's Day? Flowers. Spring, flowers. I think it all adds up. Plus, to further my argument, you know what's going on in Florida, in Arizona right now?
What?
Spring training.
Spring training.
You can't have spring training. You can't have spring training in the winter. Therefore, today, first day of spring.
The spring can start whenever you want it to start.
Yeah.
So for you, it starts today. For me, it probably starts in March, I would say. But because like spring sports haven't started yet.
Like
So-
what?
Like high school spring sports
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
started yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so until those start up, I'll probably wait on those.
Which day do you think, when does that really officially start?
Like games and stuff?
Is the first games, is that?
I think the first game probably,
Uh-huh.
which those will be in like early March.
Okay.
Right around the same time as like a spring break would be,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is like in the middle of March, end of March.
Spring break can't kick off spring.
Spring break, yeah, but it's in the spring. That's why I think March 1st is probably when I'll kick it off. But you can have a head start on
Yeah,
that.
I want to have a head start, and I think
Oh,
it'd
you
be
can have one.
beneficial. I think if more people would adopt this, because most people don't like winter. Once you get past Christmas, winter is not a fun season. So if it could change your whole attitude, your whole outlook if you see winter as ending on February 13th, as that being finally we can get rid of that dumb season and we can move on to something better. And think about this. I also think about this from a media perspective. You're talking about the weather, how it's still cold, it can still be freezing. Think about how the media could portray things totally differently. It's like February 28th, we get 2 feet of snow. Oh, surprise spring snowstorm pops up. That'd be such more than another winter snowstorm. It'd be much more impactful.
What if it's happening every day though?
It's not happening every day.
Every day it's like, oh my gosh, these temperatures.
It snowed like
I can't believe it's so cold in the middle of spring.
3 times all year.
It's been 4 days consecutively that we have hit freezing temperatures in the spring.
I think the media, different news outlets, organizations, I think they'd love that. It'd make it more sensational. Every time there's a full moon, they come up with a different name for it. So I don't think that saying it's cold in the springtime in February would be that much of a stretch. I think it could really help people out.
I like it. I like that you're starting something new.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do to switch? Like, what does spring mean for you? Like
Attitude.
tomorrow.
Attitude.
Attitude.
I'm gonna start greeting people by saying Happy Spring. Also starting today. Well, after today, because today's Valentine's Day, but tomorrow, Happy Spring, I think. And we're today also Ash Wednesday, so it's the beginning of like the Easter season. Easter, spring.
One of my favorite seasons.
Yeah.
The Easter season.
Case closed.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow at Radio U Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Valentine's Day. Now, something talking about love and dating. A question that needs to be answered. How many dates do you have to go on before you feel comfortable going to letting the other person know that you are going to the bathroom?
I think on an early date, like if it's your first date, the bathroom can be a place for you to get a game plan together.
Ooh, to recuperate, regroup. Yeah.
If you have to go slide, you've been drinking a lot of water. Make your way to the bathroom. Maybe you take 2 bathroom breaks during the first date.
Ooh,
maybe you get some questions together in the bathroom.
Yeah, you could do that, but that also, it could be like, wow, this guy, small bladder, what's going on?
Yes.
Why does he have to keep skipping out?
Red flag, small bladder.
Yeah, what's he doing in there?
This guy, he pees a lot.
Yeah. Don't know if this is going to be difficult if we ever go to the movies
If things
together.
start to get kind of dry,
Yeah.
you just slide to the bathroom. Spend 2 minutes in there while you're using the restroom. Look at your phone. Try to get some new questions together.
Google first date questions.
First date questions. If things are going dry, come back with something great out of the bathroom.
The reason I bring this up is because a new survey from MyFitnessPal has found that 63% of Americans say that they avoid going number 2.
Oh, number 2.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, well, that nobody really knows, right? But they just make their assumptions based off of how long you take, I would say, is how I've always thought of it.
So if you can be quick.
Yeah, you gotta be real quick. It's actually got a term. Would you like to guess what the term is?
What's the term?
For being afraid to go to the bathroom when others are around? Poopsiety.
Poopsiety.
Yeah.
Well, they just have a society for everything nowadays,
They
don't
do,
they?
yeah. Any specific thing that makes you anxious, it can have its own term. So 63% of people, they surveyed 4,000 people to find this out. That is, I mean, so they like going further into the stats and stuff. They say people will plan like the whole date around trying to avoid, or they'll plan their day around making sure that they don't need to go to the bathroom during a date.
That's a good way to do it. Start thinking about it early in the morning.
Yeah.
Because if you don't plan around it, then when that time when it strikes, you have no choice.
You don't want to be caught off. I will tell you that if I was caught off guard, if I wasn't expecting myself personally, and all of a sudden I'm on a date and I need to go to the bathroom, that would probably alter my entire
date.
Yeah, my entire
game
attitude.
plan,
Yeah, everything I was doing. If it's like, hold on, wait a tick, and I have to go disappear for who knows how long.
And then how do you come back, you know?
And you're worried about how you smell when you return.
What she's thinking.
Yeah, what she was doing just sitting here all alone.
Twiddling her thumbs.
Yeah.
You've been gone for 15 minutes. And she's like, is he left?
Yeah.
Is he even here?
Did he just skip out on me? So I think it actually makes a lot of sense. It might sound like you're being a little too meticulous about how you plan things, but actually I think it's a smart way to go. Definitely the first few early dates that you want to make sure that you're not going to have any unplanned interruptions.
Yeah, I think it's one of the worst things that probably could happen to you.
Yeah. Definitely.
One of the worst times. For me, I'm trying to hold it at all costs.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. I imagine it must be difficult for women, but at the same time, as a guy, I'll let you know, you could go to the bathroom for as long as you want.
Oh, a woman? You have no idea. Yeah.
And I have no idea. It could be any numerous number of things, so I'm not going to make any assumptions.
I have no idea what you're doing in there. I don't even know how it works. I'm thinking you're reapplying makeup.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's happening if you're just getting yourself together. It could be many things.
Right. We go to the bathroom for one reason.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what else could I be doing in there? For ladies, they could be replying, they touching things up. I'm not sure what's happening. For guys, it's like we clearly know.
Yeah.
Nobody does it better. The Riot Radio U.
Although if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, you might have to recuse yourself from this one because it revolves around Amazon Prime Video's recent change. A class action lawsuit has been filed in California on behalf of Amazon Prime Video subscribers. That's because December 28th of 2023, Amazon made an announcement. They sent out an email letting people know that if you want to continue subscribing to Amazon Prime Video and not experiencing ads, you're going to have to pay more. Now, many other streaming services have done this, right? Something similar, added ad-supported options to their streaming service repertoire. But here's the difference. They added those ad-supported options as a cheaper option. So if you're already paying for the current option, you didn't have to pay more to get it without ads, at least at first, right?
Yeah.
Amazon did the opposite. They said the normal thing you've already been paying for, we're adding ads to it, and then we're adding a new and more expensive tier where you can continue to not experience ads. So the comparison is that's like if your landlord said you can keep paying the same amount of rent, but we're going to get rid of all your windows. Or if you want to keep your windows, you can pay more rent. It's up to you. Is that right? So in California now, Amazon is being sued for $5 million, and they will be not allowed to engage in further deceptive conduct on behalf of users who subscribe to Prime prior to December 28th of 2023.
Very deceptive.
You think on Amazon's behalf?
I would say 100% because people don't know. Like, people don't know. They're so used to ads.
Yeah.
So if I got Amazon Prime, if I'm flipping through the multiple streaming services I have Netflix, I have Hulu, I have Amazon Prime, I've got Peacock, and I go to watch a show on Amazon Prime or a movie, and it has ads, once you click onto the show, the streaming services now could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
If I start watching a show, I don't know if it's Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime once the show starts. When I'm clicking through selecting the show, I know. But once the show starts, I am in the show mode.
Yeah.
I don't know what app I'm in. And so if there's ads on there, I just assume that there's always been ads. So that's why I think it's deceptive. I think there are people that don't know this is happening, that'll go to Amazon Prime today.
Yeah.
That'll click onto a movie or a show. They'll see ads, and they won't think twice about it. And that's why it's deceptive.
That's a good point. And then to add, and that furthers the other reason that the suitors here, what is it? Plaintiff? I don't know. The people suing, they also have a leg to stand on because you think about it, this goes for people who paid for an entire year of Amazon Prime Video. They've already paid for an entire year. They paid at this price, which was the ad-free price at the time. But then partway through, ads are getting added in, even though that was a part of what they paid to avoid. And so Amazon's changing the deal mid-deal. So it sounds like, at least here on this side of it, it sounds like Amazon might have to pay. Now, $5 million, of course, is nothing. And you split that among all of the Amazon Prime Video subscribers in California. It's even less than nothing for the people actually getting it. But at least it sets a precedent. You can't go do stuff like this. It's not right.
Yeah, I would say very deceptive. They at least, if they were going to do this for people that have like the year subscription, if they were going to take any credit for doing something deceptive, if they were going to even try at all to make it not deceptive, they should have at least made it, if you've paid for a year of it already, then we're still going to have the ads on there, but you can just skip the ads. That would have been at least some compromise, but they didn't even do that. They didn't even say, hey, you can just skip through the ads if you've already paid for a year. Then after your year's up, things are going to change. They just went straight from, oh, sorry, your year is now completely changed. Yeah. Your subscription is now different.
They could have grandfathered people in. That's what many streaming services would do, but nope, they went the deceptive route, it seems. So Amazon, guilty.
We're mad at you. Yeah. Will we still buy from you? Absolutely.
$5 million, pay up.
If podcast awards were ever a thing, this show wouldn't win any. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Isaiah, you know this because you work in a toy store. Squishmallows, I mean, they're big business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Squishmallows, in part, owned by Warren Buffett?
Really?
Yeah. No wonder he's so rich.
Genius.
Yeah, he sure is. But I don't know if you know this too. Squishmallows has some competition. And they're trying to squish it. Squishmallows is suing Build-A-Bear Workshop because they claim that Build-A-Bear blatantly and intentionally undermined its goodwill and created substantial confusion among consumers with their, what they call, Scooshers line that they sell at Bear Workshop.
Yeah, this is a straight up ripoff. I just typed in Scooshers, Build-A-Bear. This is a ripoff.
I've never seen Scooshers before.
Oh, wait till you see them. They're the exact same thing.
That I would have absolutely confused that for a Squishmallow.
And the
100%.
other thing too is it's not even like they came up with their own like concept of animals.
Yeah.
Like the pink cow, that's a Squishmallow. The green frog, that's a Squishmallow. The axolotl.
The what?
Axolotl.
What's that?
One of the most popular Squishmallows. Build-A-Bear stole it. So they didn't even. Not only did they steal the look, but they also stole the exact characters that Squishmallow was using.
That's no good. I don't have such an intimate knowledge of Squishmallows as you to know that the characters are ripoffs, but just not even knowing that, looking at just the items themselves, I can tell that these Scooshers are ripoffs of Squishmallows. And then the next thing I like to think about is that because this is like a court case, right? Does that mean there's going to have to be like a judge and some lawyers that are going to have to argue this out in court? There's going to be some judge or lawyers for Build-A-Bear that are going to be like, Your Honor, I submit to you that Scooshers are their own, very own entity that have no relation to the Squishmallow. This axolotl, it is nothing to do. This was a completely original and unique idea, original to Build-A-Bear and their Scooshers line. That has nothing to do with Squishmallows.
Yeah, they look exactly the same. They look exactly the same. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. If you look at them side by side, they look exactly the same.
We can't let Build-A-Bear get away with this.
Build-A-Bear has been scamming people for years.
Yeah. Today's probably a big day for Build-A-Bear scams. Today,
Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Think about how many couples are probably going to go and build a bear.
Have you ever built a bear?
No.
You've never built a bear?
I've never built a bear.
I've never built one either.
Let's stand strong together.
They're just so expensive, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Except on those days when they run the deals, like you pay your age or whatever, and then people go wild for it.
You pay your age?
Yeah, I think that was a promotion they've done.
It feels as if Build-A-Bear is something that you have to do once in your life.
I don't know.
Like you're in high school, if you have a high school girlfriend, you feel like you need to build a bear together.
I'm not old, but I've made it pretty far in life. I feel like I made it past the Build-A-Bear point.
Oh, so, yeah.
I think I can make it another 60, 70 years.
You're not building a bear at this point, brother.
Yeah.
I think you've passed that opportunity.
Or my life will be incomplete because of it.
But if you're still like in high school and you haven't built a bear yet, that should be an experience everybody should do. You should spend $70 on a bear for your lady. Save up the money.
The only people that have enough money for that.
Yeah.
High schoolers. It's the riot.
Thanks for watching The Worst of the Riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.